Good morning. So today's the 5th. Is it today the 5th? Yep, today is the 5th. Let's have a look how these are. I think we're definitely going to carbonate today. So let's have a look. Let's take the lids off. I left it 24 hours. It's been rather cold. Let's have a stir. Oh, it's cloudy. It's cloudy, so that means there is fermentation going on. Tastes rather limey. This one's not quite so carbonated. This one has, as you can see, we have a line of bubbles there. So let's just give this a stir. And today is bottling. Yeah. Otherwise it's going to go into, what shall I say, into alcohol. So here we go. Let's just filter all of this off. I'll do the lime apple one. It tastes very much of lime. And the bottles are going to go to the wash, into the wash. Get my compost bin open. Make things easy. Got my compost bin right next to me here. Everything from the kitchen household goes into there. The wormery will love that. So let's put this aside. And I have my bottle ready. Here we go. Oops. Let me just adjust the picture. Maybe it's a good idea to get a funnel as well. Okay. Let me see. Can you see that better now? There we go. So I'm not going to fill all the way up. I'm going to leave some leeway because it will carry on fermenting. So here we go. Oh, look at that. There you can see that it is fermenting properly. Oh, that is it. Look, that was like planned almost. So now I'm going to close this. You can leave it on the countertop to carry on fermenting and carbonating. But what I will do is I will put it actually into the fridge. So I think I'll put a label onto these that I know what it actually is. And let's carry on to the next one. To the next one. So date and what it is. Let me just try one of these. You know what? These taste so delicious. I'm going to keep those and I'm going to eat those with some yogurt. So, and I'm just going to put these into the fridge and they'll be eaten. Move this across. Here we go. I'll use that as a compote. That's way too good to throw away, even into the wormery. Okay, let's put this aside. Let's get the next bottle. Here we go. And they can stay in the fridge for up to a week, but what you have to be careful is you'll have to burp those, not that you get an explosion with the fermentation in the fridge. You don't want the bottles to explode. Okay, these are made for a fermentation process, that's why they have these caps, but still you want to just burp them. Burping means just opening up and letting some of the fermentation bubbles out. There you go. So these will go into the fridge. And done with the water kefir carbonation process in procedure. I'll catch up with you most probably tomorrow just to give you a look in, but I don't think you will see much until it's opened. See you later. Bye. Good morning. So let's just do a very quick catch up on the milk kefir that's been in the fridge. This one is almost finished. Milk kefir yogurt. And yes, it's gone a tiny bit too far, but it doesn't taste bad. It's not cheesy. It just looks very fermented. There you go. It tastes quite sweet with a slight tang, but nothing much. So that will be finished today. This was the one June 1st, which I only topped up with about 100 to 150 mils of cream. And this one I haven't opened yet. This is the one that was 600 mils. Let's have a quick look into that. Obviously I can't tip this, so I'm going to have to show you from here. Let's have a look what it looks like. There we go. Let's look. So, see the top, it's still rather liquid. And that is good for me because it's going slowly. I'll just give it a stir because I don't want that much yogurt all at once. So this is fermenting rather slowly. As I said, my fridge is very cold. So that's fine. That'll take a few more days, which is fine because I don't need it right now. I've still got the other one. So that's perfect for me. So let's close that up. And that's the catch up on these two. So let me pause you there and I'll get the other bottles out. So now on to the carbonation, the second ferment of the two fruit infused water kefirs. Let's have a look. This is the apple and lime. Remember I said to you this will take a lot longer because of the acidity of the lime, but I just want to show you a close-up. Can you see that it is rather cloudy down the bottom? Let's just give it a tiny shake because that is the ferment happening. Can you see the bubbles coming up? So there is something happening here. Now what I'm going to do, this is not ready yet, it'll be another day, and especially because I've left it in the fridge and not out on the countertop. So let me just give this a little burp. There's not much burp happening. So what I'm going to do is, I think, so that I can drink this, what I'll do now is I'll leave them out on the countertop because this is actually very cold, a lot colder than I thought. Let's have a look at this one. You can see the sediment in this one, even more so. Can you see that? Let's give that a little shake up as well, a gentle shake. And here we see the bubbles. There's more happening here. As I said, the blackberries have some acidity, but we also had the apricots in there. Let's see if is that going to be a burp? No. So we can see it is still fermenting, it's still going. So I'll leave these out on the countertop now because I'll be wanting to drink those in a day or two. So I'll give it 24 hours thereabouts, and then give you another update, most probably with the drinking. And I'll pause you there for a minute because I'm going on to the next bit. Okay, here's my second batch of water kefir made on the 3rd, and today is the 6th, so this has been fermenting 3 days. And look at the bubbles on this. You remember? Look at that. This is well ready for the second fermentation. So what we're going to do is, as we did before, we're going to siphon all of this off into the jug. Oh, I'm making a mess. Okay, I have to get the second jug and wipe off the mess. Here we go. Let's get the second jug. I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing. I hope you are. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is going super strong. Oh my. I am going to need a second. I'm going to need a second jar very soon. Look how this has multiplied yet again. Right. So for the minute, because I haven't got anything bigger than this one, the kefir grains are going back. And we'll set those up for the 3rd batch. And there's so many small ones, so that means they're super healthy. They're growing as they should do. And it's getting to a stage where I'm thinking I might have to feed some of these to the dogs as a treat. I'll just process them into smaller bits and mix it in with the dog food. They'll like it because it's sweet. I'm not rinsing these because there's so many small ones, they'll just fall through into the liquid. I don't know, you can't. So I'm just filling this up here. So basically, just getting this all back. And then I'll be setting up my 3rd batch. Some of that will be the strainer fixed and ready. So let's just put that to the side. Here I've got my 2 little jars, and today we're going to fill them up with 2 different flavors. Let's start off with this here. The other day I made some rhubarb, and I'm going to be using some of the rhubarb. Of course, it's a rhubarb syrup. It already has a lot of sugar in it. So, there you go. It has already got a lot of sugar in it because I cooked it as a dessert. So, let me see which one is the taller one. This one. So I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tablespoons, and liquid 1, 2, 3 tablespoons of the liquid. That should be enough. And yes, I can use this spoon because obviously I'm not dealing with water grains. I'm not dealing with the grains, but even so, they don't come in contact with the spoon directly for a long period of time with stainless steel, then it doesn't matter. Water kefir grains aren't as fussy either as the milk kefir ones. So this shouldn't be a problem. Let's put that away. Let's put this into the fridge. And now I'm just going to fill this up with, okay, let me just adjust the camera. Why is the camera standing so skewed today? I don't know. It's just off kilter. So now I'm just filling it up with the solution, as in the water kefir starter. And I've got a feeling this will ferment very well because it's even more sugar added. So I'm guessing it won't take that long. Okay. There we go. So let's give it a stir. I'm just giving it a stir, and I'm leaving it out on the countertop. I didn't bring my little caps. Here we go. Here's my little cloths. So that will be just left, and of course I'll label these off camera, so I'll write the date and what is in there. So let's put that aside for a second. And the second flavour going in today is passion fruit. Let's do passion fruit. Now passion fruit is slightly acidic, and today I'm not going to be filtering out the seeds. It's going all in because otherwise it's just going to be super messy. Okay, so I need a spoon to get the seeds out. Okay, so I've only got 3, so whatever this yield will be is what it will be. There we go. And that'll go straight in. So this will be passion fruit flavoured. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to strain this when it goes into carbonation or not. We'll see how it goes along. My knife today is not playing. There we go. So straight in. Another good flavour is pomegranate, and I do have one, but to tell you the truth, I hate getting the pomegranates out the shells. It's such a messy business, and I definitely don't want to be doing that on camera. So that might be the next flavour, because that pomegranate will keep for a few days. So all in. And the third one, and with the pomegranate, that also will go in with the seeds. I'm still thinking about really on whether I'm going to give it a quick food process or not. There we go. Passion fruit is in. Let's fill up the jar. Change the camera angle. Here we go. and that will also be on the countertop. And it looks like I've still got some of this. Okay, so overflow. So what I'll do is I'll pour it just back into here. I'll just pour it back into the grains and I'll fill these up in a minute. So here we go. So that's the passion fruit one. And what did I do with the small elastic band? Where did that go? I had two. What happened to the second one? So let's just take a fresh one then. There we go. So that's the passion fruit, and we'll see how this goes. Oh, let's give it a, I didn't give it a stir, did I? Let's give it a quick stir. There we go. Gave it a quick stir. And we'll let it get on with it on the countertop. And let's just set up the next batch whilst we're at it. Right. Let's get rid of the passion fruit outers. Right. Let's get sugar in. And this time I'm going to use the cup measurement, but only do half a cup. Let's get this going really strong. I think maybe half a cup is a bit much, but anyway. I'm planning on getting this into a bigger bottle and then filling it up with some more water. So that's half a cup. Yeah, let's get that in. Oh, here's the second one. Let's get the sugar in. And get my dechlorinated water. And I'm going to swirl this out because it's had all the goodness from the previous kefir in. Let's just swirl this out and use it, and just fill it up. And then obviously I've got to change the date on that to today's date. Just a tiny bit more. There we go. I think we'll leave that top bit. And let's give it a stir. I can see here on the sides I've still got some kefir grains stuck to the sides. Let's give this a good stir. And of course the kefir grains are normally translucent, but with the brown sugar that we're using, or the colour of the sugar, that's why they've gone slightly brown or caramel coloured. But there's nothing wrong with them. So there you go. I've got to change this date, put the dates on the others, and then off we go again. So third batch set up. There we go. And I'll see you next for making the syrup of the ginger bug. No, not ginger bug. Using the ginger bug, making the syrup for the ginger ale, and then using the ginger bug that way around. Good morning. So let's have a quick catch up on all the things that have been happening. So here are the juices, the second ferment. I've left them out of the fridge for 24 hours. Shall we just have a look what's going on? Well, I can see a tiny bit of fermentation going on here, as in carbonation. That's not fermentation. Let's hear if we can hear anything. And if you hear background noises, I'm sorry for that. It's all a whole lot of things going on. So let's have a listen. Oh, yep. It even came out of here. Can you see that? Yes, there was a tiny fizz there. So let's burp that. So that's the apricot and blackberry, as you can see. Let's have a look at this one. I can't see any bubbles. Oh, yes, there's a tiny bit, but not much. Let's have a look. Let's have a listen. No, nothing here. But there is a little bit going on down there. You can see a few bubbles happening. Can you see that? Here are a few bubbles in there. But as I said, with the acidity of the lime, this will take a while. So we'll leave that out. And I think tomorrow we'll give a taste test of this one. Later today or tomorrow, we'll give a taste test of this. So for the minute, I'll just put both of them back. And let's see what's going on with these. This is the passion fruit. Okay, can't see very much at the top. Let me get my stirrer. Can't see very much here. Let's just give it a stir. Oh yes, there's bubbles. There's bubbles. Things are happening. It's just that I couldn't see them. There we go. Let's just activate that a bit. Yeah. That's fantastic. That's going to be good. It's still quite cold, so it doesn't surprise me that these are taking longer than usual. So I'll just stick that back. I'll leave that for another 24 hours. And let's have a look what the rhubarb is doing. Oh, it looks like the rhubarb is doing more. I can see a tiny little bit that is not mold. Those are bubbles. So let's see. I give this a stir. Yeah, this is also a lot. Can you see it's more opaque? There's lots going on underneath there. Look at that. Yep. This is going to be very good indeed. I'll leave that also for another 24 hours. There we go. Let's just put its hat back on. I'm looking forward to these, and I'm looking forward to the taste test of the others. Right, and this is now a day. This is yesterday's. Oh, look at that. Well, let's just give this one a stir as well. Look at the kefir, the water kefir grains, super multiplying. actually, let's have it with that kind of fermentation. I'm almost guessing that this might need some more sugar. Let's have a quick taste. Because I'm guessing with this kind of fermentation, it's almost all eaten up. Yeah, you can barely taste any sugar whatsoever. So let's feed it. Let's feed it then. Right. I have to take a normal teaspoon, not the measuring one, that's in the dishwasher. Right, here we go. Let's just give it a good helping. Actually, I'll give it 2 good helpings. Can you see how that's bubbling up? Look at that. Can you see that? Oh yes. Let's do 3 for good measure. And then what will happen with this batch is let's give it 3 heaped tablespoons. There we go. What I'll do after this batch is I'm going to then hibernate the grains for a bit, so that I can catch up with all the other fermenting things. Right, let's give it another good stir. Oh yes, they were hungry. Look at this. They were hungry. Okay, let's put the hat back on. And then let's go over to the ginger ale next. Good morning, my lovelies. It's that time again. Today is the 8th, I think. Yep, the 8th. So let's just have a quick look. Let's start with the last batch here. Oh, look at this. I don't even have to stir or do anything. I know this is ready actually to set up another batch. So, wow. I'm not quite sure. I think I might have to stick this into the fridge. I'll let it go for another day because I have so much to catch up on now. This has gone quicker than I thought. So, this is super ready. So, let's have a look at these 2 then. This is the passion fruit. Oh yes, the passion fruit. Don't know. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, there is some fermentation going on. But you know what? Tastes great. I think this is time for sifting and bottling. But I have one tiny problem. I need the bottles for the ginger ale. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sift these and put them back into where they came from. So let's go ahead. This is ready, but I don't want all the pips and stuff. So let's get rid of the pips. There we go. Let's just put that aside. This is going straight back into here. straight back into here. Wash out the jug because I'll need it for the rhubarb as well. Right, so now I'm going to find a lid that has got, thank goodness it has got quite a bit of space. Now, let me see, I'm just going to use a normal lid. Right. So, what I'll have to do is, I'm going to have to burp these. And these are definitely going into the fridge. Let's check this one. Oh, that's not the right lid. Let's find the right lid. This must be it. Okay, here we go. Let's look at the rhubarb. Let's look at the rhubarb. Yes, the rhubarb has more fermentation. I can see it at the top. It's bubbling. So, very quickly, just get this into the compost. The passion fruit into the compost. Yeah, that's not going to be used as a dessert. Right, and let's do the same here. So I'm going to have to remember to burp that, definitely. Okay, let's get this through. Sorry, here we go. There we go. That goes into the compost. Right. And let's get this back in here. Except for, because this is so active, I'm going to leave a bit more space. I'm going to most probably drink this right away. Here we go. Let's put that on. Right. Yes, what do? Do I carbonate it outside? Let me think. I think I'll risk it, and I'll just have to remember. You can see how active this one is in comparison to this. Although this is active, it's cloudy, so it's there. So we'll see. I'll put these to the side. Let's have a quick taste test of the rhubarb. I know this is the wrong way around, because I was going to do the others, but let's have just a quick taste test of this rhubarb. Let's see. Well, let's have a look. I haven't even put my hat on, nothing today. I'm still swept through the winds. Definitely the flavour is lovely, but it definitely would benefit of a bit more, well, with some fizz, some carbonation. So in that case, I'll just leave it out on the desktop, and yeah, 24 hours, I wouldn't do much longer, but this tastes wonderful. Maybe a tad sweet. Maybe a tad sweet, so I'd most probably mix this with ice or with water when drinking. Yeah, but the flavor is lovely. But let's have a look at the apple and lime and so on. Let's have a look at this. Okay, here we go. Apple and lime. I can see this is ready. Can you see the fermentation here? So this is ready, and the apricot and blueberry is ready too. So you know what, I'm gonna have a go right now. Let's swish this glass. Let's have a go. Let's get the apple and lime open first. Okay, let's see if we can hear a fizz. No, didn't hear a fizz per se, but let's have a look. It's definitely active, and there is some carbonation going on in there. So let's have a test of this one. Let's have a test. Ooh. This has exactly the right balance of lime and apple. Not too sweet, and has a slight, when I say alcoholic taste, it's not the right, it's not you know that there is some fermentation going on. That is definitely a combination I will do again. I will leave that out on the countertop as well. Here we go. Here goes the apricot and blackberry. Now let's hear. No, I burped them yesterday, so here we go. Let's have a good taste of this. Oh, let me see, how much did I pour with the other one? Let's pour the same amount. Here we go. Let's get the same sort of headroom in each. It looks beautiful. It smells very... Actually, I could smell the apricot more than the blackberry. Let's have a go. Actually, I would have expected this to be a lot more fizzy. I get more apricot than I can get blackberry. However, the blackberry definitely has cut through the sweetness of the apricot. Another winning flavor, definitely. Wow, both are winners. Both are winners. I'm leaving those on the countertop. I think I should have left them on the countertop from the offset and not put them in the fridge. I most probably stunted the carbonation by putting them in the fridge, because my fridge is so cold. Right, so let me pause you there, and let's have then a check on the ginger bug next. Hi guys and girls, I have just had a thought. I told you that this was ready, because it's fizzing away like that, and I just thought, let's do a test. What is fresh ginger with a kefir, water kefir like? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the grated ginger I had left over from the other day. I'm going to put that into here and put the water kefir on top, and let's have a go at that. I'll leave it on the countertop for 2 to 3 days. It won't go into the fridge. However, my ginger is a little cold. Here we go. Now we got it all out. There we go. And see what this is like, because this is super ready. What I'm going to do with the rest is I'm just going to fill that into a different bottle, and I will give this a rest because I'll have so much ginger beer coming up. So let's see. I think I can do this. Maybe a funnel would be a good idea. Okay, let's see. Very active kefir. Making a little bit of a mess, not too much of a mess. There we go. So here we go. Let's have a test. Let's see what this is like. I am super interested as to how this is going to turn out. So let's put the little hat on, and I mustn't forget to label it. Mustn't forget to label it, and put the hat on. Oops, here we go. Let's put that hat on, and the rest will go into, be fed and put into the fridge. The rest will be fed and put into the fridge so that it can hibernate, because otherwise I'm not going to cope with all the demand of bottles. I've got quite a few bottles, but not that many for carbonation. So let's see. See you soon, and I will tell you how this is going to turn out in comparison to that. So I'm going to feed this, put it in a different bottle, smaller bottle, so it fits better to the fridge if I've got one, and then off we go. Bob's your uncle.